All right, good evening. I hope you are all fine. And welcome to our series of NGIGO lectures. Today we want to continue our data capturing. The other time we did data capturing in Excel. Today we want to do data capturing in SPSS. But before we do that, I think it is proper that we acknowledge the efforts of Dr. Zoto for donating a projector to the NGIGO project. Can we just appreciate him with a clap of applause? Yeah, I think it's good to feel good when you see people appreciating the little you are doing. Yeah, this is a good gesture that Dr. Zoto has done. He came here and he saw what we were doing and he promised to do something to support. And true to his words, he's done that. Yeah, he deserves it. All right, so back to the class. So we want to capture data in SPSS. SPSS is one of the software that we are going to use a lot in doing analysis. Okay, so knowing how to put data in SPSS is so essential because we're going to do a lot of data input in SPSS. Okay, all right. Now let's launch our SPSS. Open your SPSS. Are you there? Okay, so SPSS comes with two views. We have the variable view, and then the data view. Okay, the variable view is used to capture the variables. Okay, the variables you want to work with. That's where you put your variable views, and then afterwards you capture the data in the data view. Okay, now assuming you've gone out to gather your data with the help of your questionnaire or your instrument, you want to use a software or any application to do your analysis. And the other time we tried our hands with Excel. We saw how we could use Excel to manipulate our data. SPSS too could do the same thing for us, and maybe it can even help us to do other things that we couldn't do in Excel. You understand it? Okay. So when you have your questionnaire, the questionnaire will normally come with what? Numbers. So question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, and then the question will follow. Do you understand it? Good. So when you come to SPSS, you go to the variable view where you want to capture those questions, okay, in SPSS. So if, for instance, my question number 1 is about the respondent's age, okay, I will come and put it under 1. But you see, this is having name, type, weight, decimal, and a whole lot of things. Okay, the name is a name you want to give to that particular question. You decide. But normally people want to use Q1 to stand for question 1, Q2 to stand for question 2. You understand it? Okay, so we will go with the Q1, Q2 thing. So we assume that our question 1 is age of respondent. So we'll type our Q1 under name. Do you understand it? Good. Now we go to the type. What type of data are you talking about? Age. What do you think age will be? Age is going to be, okay, so let me open this so that you see the available type. Good. Age is going to be numeric. Do you understand it? So you pick numeric, and then the label is a description of the question, something to describe the question. Are you here? Yeah. Yes. Sometimes people can just copy the entire question and put it there, but you also want to get something a synopsis, okay, to describe the question. So instead of what is your age, I can just put the age of respondent. It is for you, the one going to use the data. Do you understand it? So age. Now, then you come to value. Now you realize that age is a continuous data. Do you know that age is a continuous data? So you wouldn't want to put them into categories. Are you here? So when it's continuous data, you leave it. Okay, but assuming it was a categorical data, then you want to capture the categories and then you label them. Do you understand it? Okay, so let's move on to our question 2. The location of the respondent. Okay, assuming the question 2 on our questionnaire is what is your location? Now, location is not what will be the type for location? It shouldn't be a numeric thing. Location will be strange. All right. So you come to label and then you describe the question. So we can just put the location. Okay. Now, when you come to the values, this is where you want to assign codes to the various locations. Okay. So our locations, the location that the designer of the questionnaire provided are Dabe, Trafalgar, Lokwe, and then China City. You get it? Good. So we want to capture that thing here with some values. Okay. So we want to. This is what some people call it the coding. So you pick a piece of paper and then you write. Maybe let 1 represent Dave, 2 represent Trafalgar, 3 represent Lokwe, and then 4 represent China City. Okay. Okay. So we do that. 1 for Dave. Dave, but we say Dave. 2 Trafalgar. 3 Lokwe, and then 4 China City. Okay, so you add it. After that, you go to okay. Are you here? Yeah. Now we move on to our next question, question 3. So the question for question 3 is: are you married? Marital status. Are you married or not? Okay. Oh, okay. So marital status. All right. So you label it as marital status. Marital status. Okay, so the next question is marital status. Okay, so our marital status and then the possible options that we're given are single, married, and what? Cohabitation. So we go back to our SPSS to do the same. So marital status. Then we come to the values. Okay, so 1 will be what? Do you remember? Should I go back? Single, so married, cohabitation. Single. 2 for married. 3 for cohabitation. Okay. Okay, so question 4. Our question 4 is partner's age. Okay. So partner's age, we go and do the same thing. What's your age? Q 4. Okay, so age is going to be numeric, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so partner's age. So we will leave it because it is continuous data. Do you understand it? Okay. Question 5. Question 5. Educational status. Educational status. Okay, so Q5. And that is going to be educational status. Educational status. Okay. So do you remember the options? No, non-basic, secondary, and tertiary. Okay. So 1 for non. Hey. 2 for basic. 3 for secondary. And then 4 for tertiary. Okay, so you okay 8. And then you move on to question 5. Question 6.
But the marital status,
Yes.
you only give 3 options.
That were the options given on the questionnaire. Single, married, cohabitation. Do you understand it? Okay.
Which other option should have been there?
Divorced?
Divorced, yeah. If the person is divorced, she's single.
No,
If the
but
person
again,
is widowed, she is single.
no, again, it depends on what you want to.
She
You
doesn't
want
have
to.
anybody that she lives.
It also depends on what you are looking for. It depends on what you are looking for. Okay.
What if the person have children? But there are people who are single who have children.
Yeah.
They are never married.
Okay. Partner's educational status. Can you say it? Question 6. Can we read?
Yes.
Yes. Partner's educational status. So, strange. We come to partner's educational status. I've stopped.
I think question 6 is okay. You just go ahead and read it.
Okay. Let's finish with this one.
Read the other numbers.
Educational status. Okay. So this one, instead of doing the whole thing again, you remember that educational status is over here. The options are almost the same. Do you understand it? You can copy and paste. So you copy, you come here and you paste. Do you understand it? Okay. Now let's go back to the data view and then enter. So we are going to fill 4 questionnaires. Okay. So these are the questions: Q1, question 1, question 2, question 3 in that order. And then the 1, 2, 3 in that vertical form is going to be the various questionnaires that we'll be filling. Please do get it. Okay. So questionnaire number 1 is going to be filled by Enos. Okay. So Enos is the respondent. All right. So check the questions so that you will know what to give us at a time. I think ours, the first one was age, the second was location, marital status, and then it followed that order. Okay. So age 28. Okay. China City, that was 4. Do you remember? So question 2 was location, China City. So normally you want to click on the value labels. Okay, when you click on value labels, then you can see the variables. Do you understand it? So when I click on it, then there will be a drop down menu here for me to select. Okay, so instead of choosing which code is for China City and which code is for Dabe, okay, you just click on the drop down menu and then select. Do you understand it? Okay. Question 3. Do you remember the question? Okay. Question 3. Marital status. Marital status, yes. Married. Okay. Question 4. partner's age. So that is going to be 28. Then
Hypothetical or real?
question 5, educational status, and then partner's educational status. Okay, tertiary, and then your partner the same. Okay, so question number 2, the age 29. Okay, location China City. Okay, marital status single. And this is one of the things. If you want to be typing, sometimes you will type something else. So instead, you go and select. Okay. Then partner's age 33. Educational status tertiary.
Because the age has come out you.
Then partner's educational status tertiary. Okay, Dennis, answer B respondent number 3. 33.
Yeah. Everybody sees.
Okay, Trafalgar, married. Married. Your partner's age. Yes. 25. Okay. Tertiary.
Yeah,
Secondary.
Nobody wants to really take back.
Yeah, that's why I did second.
Secondary. Okay. And partner's educational status. Basic.
No, it should also be.
All right.
Correct.
All right. The last one. Okay, so 2 guys, 2 ladies. Blessing. Help us with the last one. Age
Golf age.
30.
Golf age. But before she did,
Location. Lokwe. Marital status. Cohabitation. Partner's age 27. Educational status tertiary. Partner's educational status. All right, well done. So this is how one of the ways to capture data in SPSS. Do you understand it? This is one of the ways to capture data in SPSS. Now let's look at one or two things. You realize that all the values for the numeric values are having some decimal distance behind them. Age is not a currency. Do you understand it? Age can't be decimal. 28 is 28. 30 is 30. So you go back to your variable view and then you change the decimal, okay, to 0. Okay, so we come back to, you see it changed. All right. Any question? This is how to, one of the ways to capture data into SPSS. When you are done, you save your data. You go to save, first time you go to save as, okay, or save is the same thing. But if it is a continuous thing you are doing, you go to save. Is that okay? And then you choose the location on your machine to save it, which is a common thing we always do in Microsoft Word, Excel, and those things. All right. There's other ways. Another way to also input data into SPSS is to bring it from Excel. Assuming your supervisor, you are working with your supervisor, okay, and he sends you something in Excel and asks you to put it in SPSS. There's a way to go about it. Okay, one of the ways to do is, so let's look at an Excel. Let's assume that this is our Excel data and we want to send it to SPSS so that we work on it. Okay, the first thing to do is, you realize that in SPSS, under the variable view, yes, under the variable view, you realize that the label is vertical. Can you see? The label is vertical, whereas in Excel, our label is horizontal. Can you see it? Okay. So sorry, the name. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3 in that vertical order. But in Excel, our Q1, Q2, and the rest are horizontal. So what you do is first you copy the headings. After copying, you paste it somewhere in Excel. But this time around, instead of pasting the normal paste, you do transpose. Okay, so that it doesn't paste it horizontal for you, it pastes it vertically. Do you understand it? Now when it is pasted vertically, you can just now copy it. When you copy it, you go to SPSS. Now let's open a new sheet. Okay, so we come here and then we paste. Can you see it? Can you see it? Good. Now in Excel, if something is not a numeric this thing, okay? If something is a string, try as much as possible to convert it into numeric. And we know how to do it with our find and replace. Do you remember that thing? Okay, so anything that is not numeric, we want to change it into numeric by using the find and replace. Okay, so the courses, let's try and then change the courses. So anywhere you see midwives, I think it's midwives, nurses, and what? PA. Okay, so wherever you see midwives, so find MIDW and replace it with what? 1. Are you okay? Please, are you following?
Yes.
All right. So replace all. What again? Nurse.
I'm just going to copy it and put it inside.
As in 1. Okay. So wherever then you replace it with 2. So replace all. Okay, so PA, you replace it with what? 3. PH, you replace it with what? 4. DT, I thought it's DDT. DT, you replace it with what? 5. Then med lab, you replace it with what? 6. I think that's all. So now we have everything numeric. Okay, and the names or the headings have been captured already. Okay, so this time around, all we need is we copy the values. Why? I'm not copied anything. Where is the formula from?
Cancel it for the X side. After that, where the formula is showing
Yes.
to the top, just the X. Yeah. You know,
This one too is on. Okay, so we copy it. Then we go to our SPSS. This I think is this one. Yes. So when you come here, you go to your data view. You see the headings are there already. Can you see? So the only thing you need to do is you click on the first listing and then you paste. So you have everything. You get it? So the only thing you may have to do is to change those that do not merit decimals. You change them. Okay, and then we did some coding in Excel. When you come here, you have to come and do the same thing. The courses. Please are you following?
Yes.
Because we only brought values here. SPSS cannot tell that when they were in Excel, one was for midwives, two was for nurses, and those things. So we have to come and do the same thing here. Okay, so we go back to our variable view, and then courses. You go to the values for courses. Okay, and then one was for what? Okay, so midwifery. Two for nurses. Three for, do you remember?
PA.
PA. Four for
PH.
So it's essential that you write these things down. Okay, you can forget. Okay, 5 for DH, DT. 6 for Med Lab. Do we have 7?
No.
Okay, so that is the end. All right. So go back to your data view. You click on the value labels, and you can see your midwives and your dietetics. Can you see them over here?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
can you see them? All right, so this is one other way to capture data. It's not because I was clicking on it. Okay, all right. So this is another way to capture data from Excel to SPSS. One, you do the entry in SPSS yourself. Two, you have the data in Excel and you want to bring it here, but you want to copy the headings first, because if you copy the whole thing, SPSS the arrangement of the headings in SPSS is different from that of Excel. Do you understand it? Okay, there's another way to go about it where you can bring
Before I forget, when you are copying names from Excel to SPSS, make sure that all those labels obey the naming laws of SPSS. For example, you can't leave a space between the names. Okay, so those ones, if you put a space between the names and you bring it here, copy it here, it will be an illegal character.
Like Q1, you make it Q space 1.
You can't do that. You cannot start a name with a figure. Okay, you cannot start a name with a figure. All the names are supposed to start with what? With letters. So Q1 will be okay, but 1Q is illegal.
Can we try it?
Yeah.
Let's try 1Q and see.
Full name contains
An illegal first character.
Yeah, that's it. Right. So try putting space between one this thing and let's see.
So Q space 1.
Q space
Okay.
1. Okay, the same way. The
This
name
one
contains what?
an illegal character.
Again, you cannot put what do you call it? A dash into a name. So like Q dash. Yeah, that one too is an illegal character. But you can do an underscore. Okay, so you can try an underscore.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to see the position too.
Yeah, the position does not matter. It's an illegal character. Yeah, but if it's an underscore, if an underscore, you put the underscore between the other destiny and you see it will work. Okay, so you take this one. Let's say
Q underscore 2.
underscore 2. Yeah, that is accepted. Hello. Yeah. So those are the few things you should watch. But you realize that full stop is accepted too, because you realize there is
M dot
cuts. Yeah, there was no problem with that. So space,
dash,
hyphen, those things are not accepted. Those are illegal characters.
Yeah.
And then you can't start a name with what?
Figure.
So if you have those in Excel will not complain. All this will work in Excel. Okay, so if you have your names labeled like that in Excel and you want to copy and transpose and bring them there, when you bring them, when it gets to the one that does not fit, it will truncate, it will not continue with the others.
So it is best you do the changes in
So do all
Excel.
the changes well in Excel before you go copy them into your SPSS.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Okay, so we've tried two ways of bringing data into SPSS. I hope you can try our hands on. Can we? Class, can we? Okay. So the other way too is SPSS can accept data from Excel. Can accept data from Excel without copying. Okay. So let's go back to our Excel and let's pick our rest trash. Okay. All right. So we have a data called rest trash as usual, and we want to copy the whole data into SPSS. Okay, SPSS can allow us, but always make sure that the data that or the sheet that you want to send to SPSS, you notify you mark the name. Okay, you know the sheet that you want to take, because when you go to SPSS, all the sheets in that this particular document will appear. Do you understand it? So if you do not know which sheet you are picking, you'll get confused there. Okay, so we know that you are going for rest trash. Do you understand it? So we go to SPSS. Okay, so let's open a new. Okay, so you go to, oh, this is Excel. A new data. Okay, now you go to file. Okay, in file you go to open, file to open, then you click on data. Can you see? Okay, so we want to select a file and then import into what? SPSS. But remember, we are picking an Excel file. Okay, so you change the file type from SPSS to what? Excel. Can you see Excel? Okay, okay, Excel is here. Now, where on our computer do we have the data? Where on our computer do you have? It's on the desktop, eh? Desktop. Then
Research consult. No, yeah.
research consult.
Then come down to total. The Excel sheet.
Total. Okay, so this is the Excel sheet we were working on. Okay, so you open. Okay, so another window opens for you to select the particular sheet you want. Okay, so we want our rest trash. You click on rest trash and then you OK it. You see the whole thing. So this is the data variable view. So you go to your data view and then everything is there. Can you see it? Everything is there.
Now, the only advice is that if you are bringing data, like he's mentioned it earlier, if you are bringing data into Excel, data that you intend to code them into figures, then don't import them whilst they are in string. Okay. So for example, the agree disagree, if you intend to code them in numbers, you do the coding before you bring them here, because once you have brought them here, you cannot recode them into what do you call it, figures. You cannot go and assign the values to them, because as soon as you go and change the value this thing to numeric, they will not appear anymore. Hello? Because you see it as a string. So you try one and let's see. Let's say take K1.
But
then try to change K1.
Do you understand what he's saying? Yeah. Okay. So Q1, want to change Q1 to numeric, eh?
That's not Q1.
Oh, okay. So Q1,
Yeah.
want to change it to numeric.
So as soon as you change it to numeric, if you go back to that place, Q1 might exist anymore. So you see Q1 is empty.
Okay, you see,
Q1 is
it's
empty.
now dot 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 dot.
Because you said it's numeric, it won't accept any string. And if it is string too, you cannot code it. You cannot go and code the string. So if you intend to do coding, which is the categorization, and you use when we come to analysis, there are certain analysis that string will not allow you to. So it is best to code them into what? Whilst they are in the Excel, code them into, do the find and replace here, code them into the figures, then you pick them here. Then when you come here, then you assign the label.
Okay, so we want to copy some data and then do the coding before we send them to what? SPSS. So we copy this one and then put it in a new sheet. Okay, and remember to name the sheet so that you can always identify it. What name should we use? Trash. Okay, so like the rule goes, you can't do the coding in SPSS. So you do your coding in what? Excel. Do you understand it? Okay. So you realize that I think we are having almost the same thing. So you can select the whole thing and we go for our find and replace. Okay. So wherever you see A, yes, it should be what?
4.
It should be 4. Yes, but because we have some SA and then we have A's, we want to go for the SA so that we will finish with the double ones before we come to the single ones. Okay, so we have agreed, strongly agreed, disagree, strongly disagree. What is the TS? Sometimes true, true sometimes. So there are 5. Okay, so strongly agree is supposed to be 5. SA is 5. SA is 5. Okay, so replace all. Then we go to A. A4. Replace all. Then we go to TS. TS is 3. Replace all. Then we go to SD. SD, which is what? 1. Are you following?
Yeah.
Then we go to D, which is 2. Okay, so now we've transformed our data into what? Numerics. So it is safe to send them into what? SPSS. Do you understand it? Okay. And make sure that whatever you do, you save it. Whatever you do, you save it. All right. So we go back to SPSS. Okay. Now we want to import that file into SPSS. So we go to file, we go to new open, then you go to data. Go to file, you go to open, then you go to what? Data. You click on data and then you change the file type to what? Excel. Now you go and look for where your data is. The data is on desktop, research consult, and then total what? Data. So you click on it and then you open. Now when it is open, you look for the sheet and then trash. And then you bring it. So now this is what you have in SPSS. Do you understand it? So you see the difference. The first one we copied. This one we are transferring or exporting the whole thing into SPSS. It's different from copying. Do you understand it? Please, do you understand it? Any question? So I don't think it should be difficult for us to put in data in SPSS. Okay, we should be able to do it. We should. The few questionnaires we have, let's try imputing them into SPSS. Okay, and if you have any challenge, yes.
Let's do the reverse.
Okay, so when we come here, we have to do the same thing we did in Excel. Okay, so we go to the variable view, and then we go to the values. So one was, do you remember?
Yes.
Two, 3,
Yes.
4, 5. Okay, then you save. So when you go back to your data view, you can always click on the value labels and you will see. Okay, so we did for only one, question 1. Okay, but once they are the same thing, you can always copy and then you go and paste.
So just copy for the first.
And then you select all.
Highlight all. Then you paste.
Then you go back to your data view, everything should be there for you. You get it? So it's very easy. So this is capturing data in SPSS. Capturing data in SPSS. When you don't have it in Excel, you have to do it yourself. If you have it in another format like Excel, then you can export or you can copy. Is that okay? Alright, so on that note, we will.
So just hang up.
So thanks so much for being part of this series. We've now done data entry or data capturing in Excel. We've done it in SPSS. I think we'll also try our hands on GraphPad and then Grandpa. Then from there, we take it from there. Anytime we have data, we should be able to manipulate it.
I think the softwares we use in capturing data will be rather epi data and then epi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks so much and have a good evening. Thank you.